Hello, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have some new tarot cards, or oracle cards actually. So let's go ahead and see which zodiac sign we'll be tackling first. Who needs the next reading? Okay, Aries. Welcome back, Aries. Thank you for being here. Just realized you can't see my little sage. Maybe we'll just put that right there. I feel like it's giving aesthetic. Aries, welcome. Aries. Privilege. Okay, let's see what this is about. Can see that card a little bit more up close. It says white tears, love and light, hashtag love and light. All right, let's see. Privilege. Sorry, it's a new deck to me, so I've got to find it. Let's see. Oh, there it is. It's the first one. Okay, very Aries of you. Number one, eh? Okay. Privilege. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Did you manifest it, or did you have advantages over others from different societal, racial, cultural, economic backgrounds that gave you a head start? Interesting. All right, let's continue on. So excited to use my new decks. So let's see your beautiful herbal message for Aries energies. Aries. Oh, I'll take the top. I usually take the top, but let's just reshuffle. Aries. Elder. Okay, we might take that. If that wasn't meant to be, is there any other cards for Aries? Sage. Okay. Kind of already read Sage. It was the first one I pulled actually for myself. But let's go ahead and read Elder for you guys. So you could be older than some others, perhaps, around you. Let's see, B, C, D. Elder. Elder is a fast-growing hedge-like plant that hosts a variety of moths and butterflies in the warmer months. It can grow under just about any conditions, but despite the hardiness, it is also quite brittle, bending and breaking easily. Interesting, bending and breaking easily. So it can grow under just about any conditions, but despite this hardiness, it is also quite brittle, bending and breaking easily. This duality is reflected in its magical powers, as it is both an invitation to the riskier, more mysterious aspects of life as represented by fairies, and a force for protection from those same aspects. Burning elder indoors could invite demons, but traditionally branches of elder were buried with the dead to protect them from the same. Working with this duality comes down to intention. Do you want to call on elder's powers of protection or of wildness? Interesting. I feel like you could be like a mentor, or you could be learning a lot at this time as well, something about finances or self-esteem and relationships. But let's go ahead and dive into our next new deck. I have 3 new decks to try out today. Thank you for being here. We have love and gaslight on the bottom. Interesting. Aries. Aries. You could be like an elder to somebody around you, though, as well. Purple could also be important because there's so much purple in this card, eh? Like the purple clouds, insects. Interesting. It says vigilance is necessary at this time. Heed the warning. Okay. This could be regarding finances or self-esteem. I really love how beautiful and shiny this purple. Look at that. Gorgeous, eh? Let's see. 21. Keywords: pests, obstacles, and vigilance. Okay. This could be regarding your networks, perhaps, or power dynamics, or communications. Pests such as insects and rodents can quickly spiral out of control if left unattended, wreaking havoc on your hard work and destroying your harvest. Sometimes it happens right under your nose, the destruction only becoming visible when it's already too late. Vigilance is necessary for the good of your crops. Otherwise, what was a small problem can be the cause of something truly devastating. This is your warning that something is quickly getting out of hand and requires your immediate attention. If a larger problem is avoidable, but only if you take steps now to get things under control. The situation may have drifted below your radar, but there are signs of what's going on lingering in the back of your mind, or it could be something you haven't wanted to deal with and made a conscious choice to avoid. Small obstacles are on par for the course, and while annoying, they are easy enough to manage with proper consideration and care. Typically, you'll know exactly what this card is referring to, but feel free to pull additional cards or use the insect spread on page 17 if you're still unsure. Okay, let's see, page 17. Let's see. This spread is excellent one to use monthly to see if there are any kind of blind spots that are in immediate need of your attention. Okay, interesting. Card 1 is what problem or situation needs your immediate attention. Card 2 would be Why have you avoided dealing with this problem? What will happen if you continue to do nothing? How can you resolve the issue, and how can you prevent this from happening again? 17. Okay, yeah, we'll do this for you guys. Let me just put a little bell in there to kind of mark my spot. I'm going to use the tarot deck. Card 1 is, what problem or situation needs your immediate attention? Let's see, for Aries. I mean, there could be something about sadness, but what problem or situation needs Aries' attention? A lack of peace, perhaps? Maybe a Sagittarius? Maybe like alchemizing something into more positive form? And why have you avoided dealing with this problem? Let's see. Aries. Well, where's the avoidance? What are they avoiding? Control dynamics, maybe? Or something like toxic fears? And what will happen if you continue to do nothing? Let's see. A lack of clarity? A lack of communication? And how can you resolve this issue? Let's see. Oh, quite a few cards. This could be something about love or changing your perspective regarding love or emotions. Something that's been overburdensome, and a lot of fighting here, and a denial about fighting as well. Okay, and how can you prevent this from happening again, Aries? Tell us more. Something about communication. Unexpected change. Interesting. Being stuck in a rut, losing control. Financial difficulties, health issues, relationship struggles, career struggles. There could be something about intuitively understanding that something emotional has to happen here, maybe expressing emotions or something like that. Interesting energies. I'm going to just burn a little bit of this. Oh, come on. Not now. Thank you. All right, let's dive in a little bit more for Aries energies. Thank you. Could be taking a vacation or considering a vacation. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. You could be spending some time away from others at this time. You could feel like something's lacking in your life. And there could be a birth or conception of something new, though. But you might have to like set this up properly. Someone could have been working behind you or against your back. You could be needing to play a different role, and somehow this protects you. You'll be taken care of in difficult times. There's something about maybe being more humble as well, a chain of events that could affect your life as part of these obstacles, but it leads to happiness in the end. So let's get a general spread. What does Aries need to know about their current situation? A decision. Okay, let's try again. Aries. I'm actually being called, yeah, something about like karmic justice or balance in a relationship. Something, taking a stance that will better like invest in self-care and in growth. Yeah, this could be regarding finances. There could be like a new beginning or a new way of like approaching this or a new idea regarding this, but it needs to be steady and stable. And there's something about a family situation or a relational situation that's not quite happy at this moment. Aries, advice. Mantras could be really important to set you on a vibration that's more attuned to what you're looking at for. Let's see. This could be regarding your emotions or your home. Her voice creates and dissolves universes. Her vibration within our souls creates our life path. You have the sacred power voice. How will you express it? To call for effective divine assistance in all ways. Do not allow negative thought or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and the power to create. Listen for inner guidance and then set your course in action. Though it may not yet be visible in the physical, a new order is generating within the soul. In time, it manifests in a transformed physical circumstance. We have new opportunities on the bottom, possibilities and paths opening. This oracle indicates through the power of the voice at your disposal, you have the power to speak your truth, to set yourself free, and choose what to say and how to say it. Your voice has the potential to profoundly affect your reality. This is not about controlling others. It is about claiming your power of choice and voice. It feels empowering and profoundly healing to work with mantra. The very act of using voice with intention brings about change. It reconnects us to divine empowerment and innate creative ability we were granted along with our voice. It is the opposite of victimization, despair, or doubt. It is connection with the sacred power and higher consciousness directed with willpower. It is the refusal to be silenced or subjected to an unconscious fate. It is the claiming of the voice to co-create an inspired, deeply guided, and fulfilling divine destiny. It is taking the reins and sacred surrender into greater divine wisdom. Mantra is the pathway of connection to the higher self and ancient ones of divine wisdom that continually watch over and guide humanity's spiritual evolution. The sounds of Sanskrit mantra are said to have been shared by ancient rishis or sages who handed teachings from the higher spiritual planes down to humanity. They did so to help with humans who deal with challenges they foresaw and are still relevant today as they must have been thousands of years ago. These are mantras for different purposes, and the simplest mantras can be very powerful. They are seed sounds or bijas, which are single syllable mantras that evoke certain realities, like Isis, right? That's one of them that allows you to kind of elevate, and it's like the dragon flying up, like Isis, the goddess Isis. Anyways, including the realities or realms of various deities. The Kali Bija or cream sounds like cream. Cream is a sound for invoking Shakti, the power and activity of Kali Ma in our lives and the world generates a powerful inner spiritual current, propelling the soul towards awakening. It breaks cycles of bondage and aligns our will with hers, allowing the Divine Mother to direct us from within. Like Kali Ma, this mantra is fierce and powerfully protective and bestowing of blessing. If you are facing negativity, challenge, or feel deeply guided to connect with the loving presence of Kali Ma, this mantra is a powerful shield of protection. However, just like working with Kali, working with her mantra is not for the faint-hearted. When we set a boundary, it is natural there was a time when others attempt to cross it. We do not need to be fearful of this, but rather be wise to it. The spiritual path is not something we walk occasionally. It is a way of being that is a relationship to the divine. We understand there will be times when we need to call on protection of that relationship more so than others. This is not a burden to the divine, but a beautiful opportunity for us to realize just how loved we are. When we call upon the divine, we are always answered. So I am going to pull an extra new card for you for my oracles because I can. And anything else for Aries as a piece of advice or message from this deck? Garden beds, interesting. And 11 again. So 11 is a really prominent number. Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius now, right? So you could be gardening as well. Just check that out. Beautiful card. Okay, let's see. Working smarter, resourcefulness, and evaluating progress. Sometimes it's difficult to see how hard you're working when you don't provide space for reflection. Okay, this could be about your career goals as well. Having a home garden is hard work, but there's ways to work smarter and make the most of the spaces you have with the use of garden beds. They raise your garden up, making things a little easier on your knees, help keep critters out, and allow you to control the soil content, reduce weeds, and provide more growing space. It's a much easier way of setting up your home garden, especially if you're a beginner who doesn't know how to tackle more challenging growing areas. Will it guarantee success? No, but it's always a good idea to work smarter, not harder. This card questions how productive you have actually been. Are you doing a lot of busy work but achieving very little? Are you taking extra steps or making simple mistakes that are easily avoided? Take a look at your progress to determine whether you're actually making any progress. You could be wasting your efforts on something that isn't worth your investment. If you're happy with where you are, consider how you can be more methodical in your approach. Now might be a good time to hire an assistant, implement a system to create input or to increase input, or consider eliminating something you can so you can focus all your energy into something else. Drawing this card also means you're wasting a lot of time trying to learn skills when you could enroll in a class or work with someone who has the experience to help you cut a steep learning curve. Self-reflection, mirror practice. It's no surprise that you work harder than you have. Sorry, it is no surprise that you work harder than you have to due to hustle culture, trying to survive and pay the bills, and having no space planned into your daily routine for self-reflection. Self-reflection should be integral in your life, whether you're an entrepreneur, working a 9-to-5 job, or a stay-at-home parent or guardian. Reflection allows you to see and pinpoint where you're overwhelming yourself and allows you to adjust and address those issues. You will need a mirror so you can stand up or sit on a flat surface, although a handheld one works just fine. In this practice, the power comes from having a conversation with yourself, from communicating with yourself. Try to do this at the end of the day, as in this way you can review your day and adjust as needed for the next day. For example, this morning it took me so much time to write my newsletter. What caused this to take longer than anticipated? How can I be better prepared next time? What would help to have in place for a smoother, more efficient creation of my newsletter? This is just an example, but you can honestly discuss anything in your day. So maybe like taking that reflection daily, definitely like tapping in, resting, making sure you're getting enough rest as well could be important. Sleep, rejuvenation, that kind of stuff. Interesting. Maybe we'll see love and gaslight just to close your reading before we grab any extra messages, like juicy messages. There it is. Are you glossing over or suppressing your trauma or another's perspective? Are you steamrolling you or another's feelings? Your cult leader application has been denied. Interesting. This deck is so funny. Anything else for Aries today? Messages for Aries energy from their spirit team. Aries energies. We have sleeping like a baby without them. We have clearing out. We have having to protect what you've worked for. We have not letting disrespect slide. We have align your chakras. So maybe doing chakra cleansing and healing could be really important. Don't allow others to block your dreams. We have release resistance. We have Orcus, the demon or spirit associated, maybe themes relevant with that. In an unusual way, unexpected. So something could be happening unusually. Fighter jet is here. We have quickly jumping timelines. We have loves to snack here. We have ancestors are telling / warning them to stop draining you. Okay, we have there are people who are mad you got away from them. We have stay secretive, stay humble / hidden, check your ego. Stay secretive, stay humble / hidden, check your ego. We have your ancestors are talking to you. So on that note, maybe we'll grab a few last chakra cards actually. Sorry. Last messages for Aries. Oh. I am living a pleasurable life. I listen to my body, my feelings to know what my truth is. I see divine light in everyone. I'm confident in my ability to make my life work. Okay, I'm going to end it there. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal use on the Buy Me a Coffee link or leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care.